Welcome to Ophia's Open Class. My name is Andrea Hayfley and I am an Ophia ambassador. Today I'd also like to introduce to you my assistant, my son,
Petey.
Today is lesson 1 of 4 and the title of this lesson is Sending and Receiving Objects. First, we'd like to go over the safety requirements. Step 1. Make sure the space where today's movement is to take place is large enough for the number of learners. So if you are only 1 learner, you don't have to find such a big space, but if you are 4 learners, make sure that the space is a bit larger. Step 2. Make sure that the surface area of where you are playing the game is non-slip. So if you are inside, what I like to do is take off my socks. If you are outside, make sure you are wearing running shoes. Step 3, make sure that the area of where you're playing is free of obstacles. So push away the furniture and make sure the space is open. The learning goal for today's lesson is we are learning to send and or receive objects alone and or with others in a variety of ways. The first game is for our primary learners. We're going to send and receive alone. You will need to look around your home to find 5 pieces of equipment that you can send and receive. So what I've done is I went around my home and I found a squishy ball. I found a ball with holes in it. I found a smaller, softer ball, a stuffed animal, and a dog toy. Next, you're going to need to spread out the 5 objects in your playing area. What we're going to do today is be able to send and receive with our hands. What we're looking for is for you to send the object to the height of your head and catching it at your belly button level. So I'm looking for your eyes on the object and your catching hands. I will demonstrate for you. I'm going to throw the object to the height of my head and catch it with 2 hands at the height of my belly button. So, to play this game, you're going to need to move around the playing area to send and receive the object 5 times. Then you're going to move to the next object. PD and I will demonstrate. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The next variation of the game, you're going to send the object to the height of your head and you're going to catch it to the height of your knees. So I will demonstrate. I'm going to throw the ball to the height of your head. Whoops, I'll try again. Height of my head, catch it at knee level. Height of my head, catch it at knee level. We will demonstrate once. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To make it even more challenging, you're going to throw it to the height of your head and you're going to catch it below your knees. So you're not going to let the object drop on the ground. Ready? Throw it to the height of your head, catch it to the below your knees. Making sure that your eyes are on the object and you have your catching hands. This game is for our junior learners. It is an adapted play sport game called 3, 2, 1. We're focusing on sending and receiving an object to a target. You will need 2 objects, so look around your home. I found a stuffed animal and a ball. Then you will need to make 3 targets out of paper. What I've done is I took 3 pieces of paper and I've assigned points on it. 1 point, 5 points, and 10 points. You're going to find a place on the wall to stick the 3 targets on. And this is what we will be sending the objects to. You can play this game alone or with someone in your family. So, PD and I are going to play together, and what we're going to do is stand at a distance away from the wall. And we're going to practice sending our objects to the target. If we hit the target, Whatever the assigned points you hit, that's the number of points you get. So, Petey, which object would you like?
The ball.
The ball. You go first.
10 points.
10 points. I'm going to choose the bear. I'm going to do an underhand throw. 1 point. Petey, you're going to go one more time.
0 points.
0 points. That's okay. So what we're looking for in this game is aiming at the target and accuracy. You can send with an underhand or an overhand. Another variation of the game is you can change the distance of where you stand when you are throwing. You can also play with a family member like what I just did. And to make it even more challenging, you can play at the same time and go for speed. So in a matter of 1 to 5 minutes, how many times can you send the object to the target, and who can collect the most number of points wins the game. This game is for our intermediate learners. It is the same game, 3, 2, 1 from our PlaySport resource. Once again, we are sending and receiving objects to a target. Same thing, we're going to find a target around our home. I'm going to use the stuffed animal. And once again, we have our 3 targets on the wall with assigned points. What we're looking for is aim and accuracy. But this time, we're also going to focus on phases of movement. So, we're going to send the object in 3 different positions. First position, you're going to try sending the object sitting down. I'm going to try an underhand, so I'm facing the target. I'm going to do an underhand throw and see if I can hit the 10 points right at the top. I got it. After you've done it sitting, you can do it on your knees. I'm going to try to hit the 1 point at the bottom. Doing an underhand throw, facing the target, and following through. To make this game more challenging, you can play with another family member in your home, or once again, you can do it at different speeds and at different distances. Sometimes we have learners who have challenges sending and or receiving objects with their hands. An accommodation and or modification you can use is by, number 1, changing the object. If holding a ball is too challenging, you can choose a smaller object or a softer object. I'll show you. Bella, drop. Good job. Here's another object that is very easy to grasp. Bella, drop. Good job. Another accommodation and or modification is changing the target. So, in our last few games, we've been using targets such as a piece of paper on the wall. Sometimes a target can be a bucket. And you can ask your learner to send the object by dropping the object into the bucket. I'll show you. Bella, drop. So this is a very simplified way of changing the expectation by asking the learner to drop the object into a target, which happens to be a bucket. Here are your guiding questions for today's lesson. Number 1, describe which body parts you are using and what you are doing with those body parts to successfully send or receive the object. Number 2, which objects are you most successful at sending and or receiving, and why? Number 3, if it is challenging for you to send and receive an object, what can you do to modify the game?